Evening. Listen, on my way to this night shift. You guys already know how night shifts are, late night drive, but something was on my mind and I wanted to share it with y'all, okay? Now, this one thing that I'm going to talk about is going to change your whole perspective on how you think of consistency and balance, okay? And that's sacrifice. Without sacrifice, you wouldn't have consistency or balance, okay? Because everybody thinks being consistent is having the same schedule every day and everything balances out perfect, okay? None of that has to do with perfection. It's about what is more important for you to sacrifice. And that's what I learned. Recently, last week, I just started exercising. I worked out from Sunday all the way to Friday. Perfect, right? Feel great. Now, here comes week 2. And it's Tuesday. I didn't even get the chance to work out yet, unfortunately. But you know why? Because deep down in my mind, when it comes to fitness, there are other things at hand that may be more important, okay? And you may have to sacrifice the time to do that. But at the same time, if you want to work out, you still can. You're just gonna have to sacrifice something else in order for you to get that other thing you wanted, right? So it's always gonna be some sort of sacrifice of time. Sacrifice of time. That's really what it comes down to. It's not about the balance. It's about which one do you want to sacrifice more. Okay, well, I'm on overnight shift and then I get mandated in the morning. I'll do a double, right? So that's a 16-hour shift. And I may want to do another 16-hour shift because, you want money. But at the same time, you want to also be in shape. So, also, you want to go get some sleep. So out of those 3, you got to sacrifice one of those, okay? You could still get some sleep, but not as much. Or you can get that sleep, but you're probably not going to work out as much. It depends on what you want to sacrifice. Or I'm going to try not to get that 16-hour shift. There's always something that you have to be willing to sacrifice. It's never been about balance and just being flat out consistent. It's about what you're committed to and which one you want to commit to more at that time. Because the one that you commit to the most is going to get you the furthest. That's the whole point in putting in time for it. That's the whole point of putting in time for it. Is which one of those things that you're trying to be consistent on in this moment is going to get you ahead faster? Which one do you really want to lock in and focus on? And the faster you lock in, focus on it, and become better with it, and sharpen it, perfect whatever you're trying to do, then you can maybe put more time in on the next one. But this is where a lot of people get confused, and I'm starting to see where and why it happens. At first, I would never understand. I was like, why am I listening to balance? I can't balance anything, and I'm trying to be consistent, but something comes up in life and it avoids me from being the consistent person that I want to be, the consistent man I want to be. No. This is always going to be that, you got to prepare yourself for what it's always been. Something is always going to try to take your time or will. But in that meantime, when that happens, you got to understand that you have to be willing to sacrifice something for that time that you lost. Whatever is important, put that shit in front. Put it in front of you. If you think fitness is the most important thing and that's going to get you ahead faster than reading a book, then do that. If you could go get some extra cash and you think that's more important than the fitness at that moment of time, do it. If you think you get in some sleep, man, I'm really exhausted and I need to catch up on some sleep, do it. This is the stuff that people don't explain to you on what balance really means and what consistency really means, because they only try to tell you about what it means for their life and not yours. You're focusing on what helps their balance and what helps their consistency, but they're not telling you how to work yours. And this is how you work yours. This is the brutal truth of what you need to do in order to stay consistent. I hope you guys understand what I'm talking about. This is Late Night Drives for y'all, man. Y'all stay up and y'all stay confident and y'all stay strong. 2026 is on the rise. Let's get to it. Let's do it right.